Hello there and welcome to this little attempt of mine. What I'll be doing here is basically a silent bank job on my own, a solo silent bank job. And the way you want to go about doing this is first of all check what's open, find the guard room. Although you probably want to wait with the camera room, not do what I did. I simply open it, then kill the one guy that was there straight away. Also marking guards is probably good for your convenience. Also if you go in the first door, check the roof if there is a guard there, because if there is you can kill him quietly. However, here's a warning, don't shoot him even if you have silence, because the people downstairs will actually hear it, and that is not something you want. Then you're blown already there. As long as it's possible, just keep on punching. And the funny thing is you can actually shoot someone in the room next to them, but you cannot actually shoot on the roof. That will actually cause the alarm to go off. And other than that, what you want to do is basically get rid of as many guards as possible. In my case, I actually managed to get all 4 of them, although I did it in a little bit of an unorthodox way, I guess I could call it, simply because what I did involved killing civilians, a bunch of them. So that's basically, if you want to do this on your own, in order to make sure that it actually goes as planned, you'll have to do it that way. A good way of doing this, also if you're a team, is to take the camera room first, have one sit on the cameras to keep an eye on civilians, the bank manager too, see where he's going, and also so that you know where the guards are and how to take them out basically. And also if you take the bank room, don't destroy any cameras, because it will not help. The guards will not come to check them. They will simply get pissed when they realize they're broken. So be careful in that department. And in my case, I was just sitting and waiting for a good chance to take out a guard. And also, as you could see there were only 2 civilians in that first room, and they were sitting apart, which basically allows you to kill them individually and basically create a guard killing area for me. And that's basically what I did later on. Other advice that I have to give is take out also the bank manager. Just kill him if you're doing this on your own, basically for 2 reasons. First of all, he walks around everywhere, and secondly, he could have the card with him if you don't have an ECM, so that's to be advised. Also, I was quite lucky with the guard that actually wandered far away outside. Also, I was lucky twice really, or 3 times you could say. First of all, he wandered out there alone. Secondly, he didn't fire the moment he saw me. Some guards have a tendency of doing that. And third, there weren't any civilians around who actually watched me kill him. So that was a gamble, but the gamble paid off nonetheless. You actually have to take advantage of these situations when you actually can take out the guards without anyone noticing. He dropped a key card, not useful for this mission 5-star, however, it would be very useful. You can then preserve your 1 ECM until you actually want to blow shit up, I guess I should say. But I also have one warning: you should scout as I do here to find out which of the doors are open. And secondly, if you bring a saw, don't use it. Seriously, don't use it at all until you are completely secure the bank, and also have people watching the outsides, because the saws are loud as hell. You'll actually hear them from inside the vault up out on the pavement. That happened to me. And also here I was pretty damn lucky with this guard here. He was standing outside, not doing anything at all, which basically leaves me with just 1 guard left inside, and he'll probably end up in a body bag as well, which basically leaves you with only civilians and the cashiers. The cashiers do have their alarm button though, so in my case I opted for just killing them, and I killed a lot of civilians on this one. So it's not the most effective, it's not the one that pays the most, but it's fun to try nonetheless, and I'll probably try some other missions too to try silently. The last thing I did here was to find out where the guards were, do a quick little check to see if there are just 2 civilians in this room here, and the guard is far away. What to do? Well, we kill the civilians, of course. Why? Because that will allow me to, once the guard comes back there, to kill him silently without anyone noticing. And I will have to kill some civilians anyway, simply because I'm not going to be capable of keeping an eye on everyone when shit goes down, simply because I do not have enough bands. I have 6, and killing that guy is kind of a gamble. I had actually sometime he bounced through that wall, alerted everyone, and that's too is a gamble shooting inside, but I believe it would be okay. I've done it before, they didn't notice. And with this we have dealt with the last guard, and without basically when there are no guards around, it is quite easy to do this. You simply ECM, kill the cashiers, tell everyone to get down. That's basically how you do it. But there is another way. I'd actually advise doing it if you have 2 or 3 either dominators and smooth talkers. Best would be actually have that they have both, because in that case they can just take out the camera guy. If you have 3 dominators, you can have them go after each god, and then you can leave the 4th man to bring an ECM, take out the cashiers, and tell people to get down. So by using that, you'll actually be able to finish this probably in Asylum 1 in about 2 minutes or so. I spent a lot more though doing it on my own, but it was fun nonetheless, so I'm not complaining really. Here I simply deployed the ECM to make sure that no one called, and I'm a little bit unsure if those buttons actually work if I ECM, so I went up the first shot. Knew there were only civilians in here, although there was one sitting on the bench. Simply popped in quite simply, and well, I simply had to kill some of these guys, because as I said, I wasn't really ready to keep an eye on them and drill at the same time. So the way that I did this, in order to actually make a profit and not have all of my money go to cleaning bills for the civilians, I actually had to let people in once everything was set down like this. The only thing that really remains right now is to pick up this corpse so nobody notices it, and once I've done that, I'm basically done. This is silent. All that remains: set up the drill and get into the vault. Invite some people if you want them to help you saw open the deposit box, carry the loot and so forth. But all in all, it's not really that difficult, even when you're alone and have a little bit of luck. But as you know, it's interesting, it's fun to do. I'll probably, as I said, do some of the other ones. But lastly, here are my advices for anyone else wanting to pull this either relevant as a team. If you are a team, using Dominator and Smooth Talker is a good idea. Simply take out the god that's sitting in the camera room, then have 3 guys go with Dominator and Smooth Talker after the other gods, have them go down, have the 4th one ECM kill off the cashiers. I believe that's the best way of doing it, to make sure that you don't push it. And if you're alone, simply try to do it the way I did. Keep yourself covered, keep an eye open, and try to watch out for where the guards actually are. They could very quickly cause you a lot of trouble, and if you can take them out luckily. I only had one really that was really lucky there, and that was the last one, since I could clear that room and simply kill him that way. The other ones would have walked out and died anyway. As you can see, this is a pro job, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye.